I might sound crazy, but I actually do love him. I can't get him out of my head. But like you said, I guess I have to put in the work.
You cannot give what you do not have. And if you try to cheat yourself, which honestly I think is the peak of human delusion, you'll find that you run out of gas sooner than you imagine. Because at the end of the day, what's truly inside of you always finds a way to come out. People like to talk about love as if it's something that happens between two people. Some call it a spark, a connection, a story. But before any of that, love starts from the inside. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. You yourself, as much as anybody else in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Learning to love yourself is one of the best gifts you can give yourself, because when you love yourself first, everything else falls into place. Now, this isn't an open check to become a nasty person or just be a brute. Nor is it a free pass to be selfish or unkind. I am not saying be arrogant or have a pitiful attitude that stinks. Loving yourself doesn't mean thinking you're better than everyone. It actually means understanding that you are enough. Even when you are still growing, when you are still learning, still figuring it out. Now, don't miss me here. Listen, when you truly love yourself, something changes. It's one of those feelings one can't explain to you except you feel it for yourself. It's a knowledge of self. There's a famous quote attributed to Socrates that says, "Man, know thyself." Permit me to tweak it a little to "Man, love thyself." When I hear "know thyself," I hear an invitation. It's more like an invitation to self-awareness, to understand your nature, your motives, your strengths, and your flaws. But here's how it connects to love. You can't truly love yourself until you know yourself. Because now, the way you speak to yourself, the kind of people you allow into your life, the way you show up in rooms, it all changes. Because how you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. And here's the thing. As humans, we have this strange tendency to accept the love we think we deserve. We stay where we are tolerated instead of where we are valued. We settle because we are afraid of being alone. And trust me when I say that when you cross that line, when you start believing you're not worthy of more, finding your way back to loving yourself feels impossible. I said feel for a reason, because you can change that feeling by working hard at it. It will be uncomfortable, but it's necessary work. You should love yourself in such a way that the person you love feels free. But if you're a stranger to freedom yourself, how can the love you give promise freedom? It's like teaching someone to breathe while you're holding your breath. Love is not about finding the right person, but about being the right person. How do you even know if you're the right person if you haven't even tried loving yourself? Because that's where it begins. The kind of love that doesn't crumble when things get hard. The kind that doesn't depend on someone else's validation. The kind that begins quietly from within and then flows outward. That is the love I am talking about. The kind that anchors you, that frees you. The kind that when it is shared, it doesn't run out. This is the kind of love that begins from within and flows to others. If this is your first time on this show, here's my promise. With me, you will never have to worry about being judged instead of being heard. Here, your feelings are valid. Your voice is safe. And on this show, my only job is to help you see the best version of yourself. My name is Clinic, and please don't forget to breathe. Welcome back. On today's episode, we'll be talking about learning to love yourself. I know some of you have stories to share or maybe questions to ask. So for every episode, we would open the phone lines and take at least one call If and when your call comes through, remember to breathe and speak freely. You don't have to tell me your name if you don't want to. And like I said earlier, this is a no judge zone. Now let's open the phone lines. Someone out there has something to say or a story to share, and maybe it's something we all need to hear. We've got someone on the line. That was fast.
Hi, clinic. I kept waiting for him to apologize. I wanted him to apologize for the manipulation, the cheating, the way he made me feel small every time I had something to say. I wanted just one sorry to make it all make sense. But the more I waited, the more I realized I wasn't really waiting for him. I think I was actually waiting for me, and it's funny. I wanted me to say sorry. Sorry for all the times I ignored the red flags, for staying after I cried myself to sleep, for teaching him how to treat me badly. It sounds stupid now, but I don't know how I convinced myself that he was the one who had to apologize. The truth is, I became addicted to being the one. The whole idea of being chosen, even if I was chosen by someone who didn't value me. And when he finally left, I didn't break down. I broke open because I realized the apology I wanted wasn't his to give. It was mine. So now I try to wake up and tell myself, you deserved better. But it's hard. I might sound crazy, but I actually do love him. I can't get him out of my head. But like you said, I guess I have to put in the work to find my way back to loving myself. Is that even something I can do?
Are you still there?
I'm here.
You know, I can clearly tell from your voice that you're still a work in progress. And listen, it's totally okay. It's fine. You're a human being. You're not a robot. You need to understand that you can't wish love away. You can't just sleep and wake up and everything you felt for him, all the feelings you had over the years, over the time you guys were together, will magically disappear. You said something about wanting one sorry. You wanted it to make sense. The truth is, it usually won't. It can't even make sense. Especially now, in retrospection, you are sitting back and watching yourself while you were in the relationship. It's not going to make sense. And I'll tell you this for free. You need to forgive yourself. You need to actually forgive yourself. You can't undo the mistakes you already made. Right? So since you can't undo them, rather, here's what you can do. You can make better choices. This one now is in your hands. Moving forward, you can make better choices. There were things you decided to do or things you decided not to do whilst you were with him. You can keep on doing them. Okay? And if you feel like crying most days, cry. You're human after all. But what I'm more concerned about is what happens when you finish crying. You said something. You said you are teaching him to treat you badly. And that is what it was. Because for every action or for everything he did to you, your reaction to his bad behavior towards you enabled him, showed him that, oh, look, I can do this and get away with it. And that is what it was. You need to start reminding yourself that you can, that you matter. I heard you say something about you loving him. It happens. It's totally okay. Like I said, you cannot just, with a snap of a finger, stop loving him. But now you're making better decisions. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I would like for you to stay tuned for the rest of the show. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling in today. Wow. When you hear stories like this, you just realize that people are going through it. But I'll tell you this for free. Don't find yourself trying to heal with another relationship, because you might end up a walking red flag. What I mean is, you have a lot of baggage from the one you're coming out from. You have no business getting ready to go into another one. You have often hear people say things like, I can't date someone that's healing. They should not come and heal with me. I don't want someone's son to heal with me. I don't want someone's daughter to heal with me. So apart from that someone's daughter, someone's son, when it's now you that need the healing, there's always that tendency for people to want to latch onto the person who gave them some type of attention when they needed it, especially when they are trying to get over someone or get over something. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. Obviously, for every rule, there's an exception. But you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person who carried baggage into a fresh relationship. It's you that need to be fixed. So you fix you before you go into another relationship. And it's foolishness doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Whatever steps you took or whatever steps you did not take to end up with your last relationship, it will be madness trying to do exactly the same thing, or just letting the wind blow you to and fro and then expecting a different result. It's madness adding 1 + 1 consistently and expecting to get 4. You have to take new steps. You have to make better decisions. You have to basically place some value on you. If you don't say you are, people would definitely say you are not. And I know you hear a lot of people saying it, but you need to also learn to talk to yourself. I'm not saying you should go mad, but talk. Have conversations with the person you want to be. Have conversations with the person you are becoming. It is very, very, very important. Love is a very, very interesting thing. It's one of the strongest forces, on earth. It's one of the strongest human emotions. So when you share it with someone, there's always that gravitational pull that brings you back at the center of it all. So it takes a willful effort. It takes some intentional effort on your part to distance yourself from whatever feelings that you had for the person and channel it to something else. And also understand this, you don't need closure from him or from her. I don't know where people got that notion from, but I want to see him one more time. I want to see her one more time. I need to be in a room with them. I want to go and say my mind to them. They need to hear this from me. They do not. This person is probably still driving you crazy. There's still a part of you that would hear their voice and your knees would buckle. Butterflies will scatter your stomach. But you still want to go and act like you've got it all figured out. You've got this. You do not got anything. You don't have it. Let it go. No closure. You don't need it. They don't need it. Particularly you. The work is with you and with you alone. Now, learning to love yourself is not a day's job, but it's one of those things that when you get the hang of it, influences your life for the better. So start today. Start with your next decision. You might drop the ball a few times, but it's not how many times you fall. It's about how quickly you pick yourself up and go again. Say this with me. I am complete. I am enough. I have love and I am loved. I choose to be the best version of myself every single day. My smile will remain. My joy is forever. My faith in God is unshakable. I am free. I am alive. And I never forget to breathe. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope you follow, subscribe, and share this space with someone who needs it. Until next time, don't forget to breathe.